Hi, I'm Corin Birchall. This video tutorial is brought to you by Kerching Retail. Kerching, making your till ring. The 7 golden steps of selling. There are a number of ways in which a retail business can convert its customers, i.e. turn a browser into a shopper. The store's layout, promotional materials, displays and other physical aspects of the store can work hard to encourage a customer to make a transaction. But also its people can as well. Few businesses can simply rely on staff standing at the till, taking money off people, but require some customer interaction of some description. At a basic level, we will look at following 7 golden steps that retail staff can use to convert a browser entering a store into being a buy-in customer. Some stores I visit worry that introducing a sales approach will create a pushy and unpopular environment for its customers. In contrast, I find the 7 steps are designed to give structure to the customer interaction, with customers' needs being central to that. We should not forget, however, that a store is a commercial operation, established to sell products and services to customers for a profit. Customers are acutely aware of this when they enter your store. I vividly recall a sales director I reported to, reminding me at every opportunity, "They've come in with money in their pocket to spend. Take it off them." The 7 golden steps are a clear and chronological path that build on successfully completing the previous step by systematically working through the stages or the steps 1 to 7. We can ensure by doing this that the customer gets a greater experience. Their needs and objectives are identified early in the process and matched to suitable products and services. And from the retail experiences point of view, we can make sure that all the commercial opportunities have been maximised. Okay, let's start with step 1, the welcome. Clearly, we can't start to sell something to someone if we haven't engaged in any conversation. As customers are more aware of sales approaches and techniques than ever before, we need to be skilled and relaxed in this approach. This way, the customer does not feel under pressure at all. The welcome tells a customer that they belong here. It's safe and friendly to shop here. I encourage my clients to acknowledge their customers within a few seconds of them entering the store. However, at this stage, we do nothing more than a hello or a hi. Any more than this can make the customer feel that they are being pounced on. Once you've done this, a customer can typically be left alone for as much as 2 to 3 minutes. This would depend on the type and size of your store. After this time, a casual approach to the customer can be made and see if you can help them in any way. One of the worst things that we can say here, however, is, "Can I help you?" If you do, 9 out of 10 times they'll reply, "No thanks, I'm just looking." Instead, we want to build rapport. And rapport building is designed to get the customer to like you, as people buy from people they like. To get someone to like you, you need to be friendly, interested and sincere. Think of the people you have met recently and those who you instantly like. Were they chatty, friendly, interested in you? This is the good one. If you need a topic to keep the conversation going, typically everybody's favourite topic is themselves. The purpose at this stage is to get them talking. If the customer has children, make a fuss of them. If they're playing with a product, tell them something surprising about it. Or comment how great that sounds. You can chat about most things, just don't get stuck into the demo or the interrogation just yet. Okay, we're now ready for step 2, questioning skills. Questioning skills. Simply put, a salesperson's job is to help customers identify a need and match it to a product or service that they sell. Whether this is a piece of clothing, a bottle of wine, a hard drive for a computer, or a particular piano. The way we identify the need is by asking questions. Good questions will tell you a lot about what the customer is trying to achieve. Poor questions, however, will get you a yes or a no answer. Clever questioning skills, combined with your product knowledge, can help a customer narrow down their wide breadth of choices to a small selection of products or even a single choice. Questions that tell the most about a customer's needs start with these words: why, which, what, who, when, and how. We call these open questions. They cannot be answered with a yes or no answer. How do you intend to use your product? What do you want to achieve? If budget wasn't an issue, what would you like to buy? All of those questions cannot be answered with a yes or no. How much money have you budgeted to spend? When were you thinking of making a purchase? Who else in the family is likely to use it? If you listen carefully to these answers, we can start to narrow down the possible solutions for them. Remember, this is a conversation. This isn't an interrogation. So keep the questioning relaxed and comfortable. Okay, now we've narrowed down the choice, we move on to step 3. Step 3 is all about demonstrating the product to the customer. When demonstrating a product or service to a customer, the most important thing to remember is to convert features into benefits. Customers do not buy features. They buy the benefit that a particular feature will bring to them. For instance, a mobile phone may be dual band. Well, dual band means nothing to me. The fact that the phone can be used to call home from Spain when I'm on holiday, well, that's a benefit. Dual band is the technology. Being able to keep in touch with your family whilst on holiday is the benefit. Understanding this fundamental rule of presentation ensures that your demo focuses on what the customer is going to get from a product or service and not what the feature it has. A simple technique to get you to switch from features into benefits is to use the phrase, which means. Which means helps you convert the feature into a benefit. Let's try. These vegetables are organic, which means you don't have to worry about unknown and potentially harmful pesticides or preservatives entering your digestive system. This digital piano has a headphone socket, which means you can practice without disturbing the rest of the family. Step 4. Engaging with emotions. Research increasingly looks to our emotions as the drivers of decisions. Whether it is a particular brand of cereal, a new bike, our house, our emotions will often be the overriding force in which product or service we go with. In light of this, successful salespeople look to engage customers' emotions during the demonstration phase, using emotive language, stimulating the senses, and get the customer to touch and feel the product, if appropriate. The more senses you can assault during your demo, the better. I encourage retailers to use music, lights, taste, scent and touch. All of these contribute to our subconscious saying yes. Okay, let's summarise. We've made the customer feel welcome, we've asked lots of open questions, and we've identified the customer's need. We've matched this to a product or service that we have, and we presented it to them in terms of the benefits they will get from it, rather than the features. Now we're at the stage where most salespeople fail. Step 5. The number one reason why salespeople fail to make a sale is that they fail to ask the customer would they like to buy it. Over the years, there's been many theories as to why this is the case, from fear of failure to avoiding looking like a pushy salesperson, right through to an assumption that if the customer wants it, well, they'll buy it. Regardless of the explanation, sales fail to happen every day because salespeople don't ask the customer if they want to buy it. Now, salespeople can use a variety of questions, or closing techniques as we call them, to draw the sale to a close. Here's some examples. The alternative close. Would you like to buy the red one or the blue one? An assumptive close. Well, it looks like this is the one for you. Let's go and do the paperwork. A concession. If I can throw in the software, will you take it today? The direct close. And probably the most basic of all. Okay, would you like to go ahead and buy it today then? Once these questions have been asked, one of the most important skills a salesperson can adopt is the use of silence. Once you ask someone if they want to buy, you need to be quiet. And you need to stay quiet until they speak. Now, it doesn't matter how long or how awkward this might feel, stay button-lipped. Okay, once we've asked the question, and we've stayed silent, one of two things is likely to happen. One option might be they'll say yes, and you can proceed with the sale. Kerching! Congratulations, you've made the sale. 2, they might come back with something like, no, I'm not sure. I'd like to think about it. If a customer says no, or they want to think about it, talk to their partners and so on, unsuccessful salespeople think this is the end of the process. Now, this is not always the case, which brings us on to step 6. Step 6. Overcoming objections. A customer saying no, not sure, or I want to speak to my partner, does not mean they are not prepared to buy. It means they have some concerns about this being the right purchase for them today. Inside, they might be thinking they need to shop around, see if they can get a better price elsewhere. Perhaps they need to seek permission from somebody else. It is possible, with some more questioning, that you can identify what it is they're not sure about and address it. Don't mistake this with being pushy. In the excitement of the demo, perhaps you overlooked to mention that 0% finance was available. Perhaps you skipped over a crucial feature for them, or you didn't explain how easy it was to set up. It's possible that during the demo, the customer has thought of another thing he might benefit from using a product or service for, but is yet to tell you. Understanding that these are only objections and can be overcome is the key to keeping the sale alive. For instance, if a customer replies, I'm not sure, I'd like to think about it. Well, perhaps you could respond with, well, that's very understandable. What is it exactly you're not sure about? The goal of overcoming objections is simple. Identify the customer's concern and address it. In relation to our 7 steps of selling, this may require you to go back to step 2, ask more questions and represent the product, and sometimes be enough to address their concerns and continue with the sale. If so, well done. We're on to step 7, where we close the game. This video tutorial is brought to you by Kerching Retail. Kerching, making your till ring.